Hey everybody, it's Cooper here, and welcome to another pickup video. And today I've got some really awesome stuff to show you guys. A lot of different stuff here, for different systems and all that. And everything comes from, like, many different locations, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to jump right into it and start off with something that my friend actually gave me. And he was looking through his mom's attic, helping her clean out, and found some of his old video game stuff, and he was nice enough to give me a lot of it. And included in there was a original Game Boy link cable, which came in the original box here, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, the box is a little beat up and crushed, but still pretty cool, and I didn't have one of these, so it's nice to add that to the collection. And then next up, from random pawn shops, garage sales, and Craigslist deals, I was able to add 4 more PS2 memory cards to my collection. And then also from a garage sale, I picked up this giant plastic Yoshi here for $1. And just to compare it to a GameCube or a DVD case, just so you can get a size reference, he's a little bit bigger. So that was pretty cool for $1. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. He's a little dirty and beat up, but, he was in a box full of toys, and for $1, couldn't really pass on that. And before I jump into the next bundle of stuff here, which is going to be PS2 games, I just wanted to mention that my friend Sam and I have been going out garage sailing a lot more frequently, and I live in Florida, so the weather is usually pretty warm here, and garage sales don't end when fall starts like they do in most other places. Garage sales are still going, and by the time you see this video, they're probably over, but as of recording this, this is at the end of November, and there's still garage sales, like a lot of garage sales. So we've been able to pick up a lot of really cool stuff, and a lot of these PS2 games actually come from a PS2 bundle that I bought from a garage sale for $25, which included a PS2 fat system. So, just the system alone for $25 is a pretty good deal, considering they go for about $45 to $50 on eBay. So to get a bunch of games included was awesome, and there weren't any like rare or expensive games in there. They were all just kind of filler titles, but I didn't have a third of them, so I was able to add 6 or 7 of those to my collection here. And then also included in the stack of PS2 games are some that I got from the games that my friend gave me, some that I got from pawn shops and other garage sales. So first up is NBA Live 2002. Then we have Flipnik Ultimate Pinball. This is one that I picked up at a garage sale for $1. From the same garage sale, I also got an official PS2 controller, so that was cool. And then we have Aero Elite Combat Academy, Wave Rally, Cabela's Deer Hunt 2004 season, Ultimate Board Game Collection, and I do already have this one, but the only one I have is sealed, so got an open one now. Fireblade, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, The Legend of K, Heroes of Might and Magic, Quest for the Dragon Bone Staff, and then this one here comes from a pawn shop, and I got this for $3, and that's a sealed copy of Ford Racing 2. So, pretty cool stuff there. As far as GameCube goes for this video, I only have one game here that I picked up from a pawn shop, I believe, for like $1, and that's Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. Just another game that I didn't have. From a random Craigslist deal, I was just buying like some Game Boy stuff. What it included was an official Nintendo Power Strategy Guide for Fire Red and Leaf Green, which I didn't have in my collection already, so decided to keep that one. And I don't know if I've mentioned it in a video, but I actually decided to get rid of all my strategy guides that weren't Nintendo Power. So this is one, an official Nintendo Power one. This is one to add to the collection. I guess I'll show you guys these next. I have 2 complete in box NES games here. These are in great condition, and there's a story that goes along with these, which it has some information it has something to do with something I'm going to show you later in the video, so I don't want to spoil that, but the short version of the story is Sam and I were going around to all the GameStops yesterday, and while we were there, some guy in line heard us like talking about stuff and asked us if we were into older Nintendo stuff, because that's kind of what we were talking about. And we said yeah, and he basically told us that he had 2 NESs complete in the box with about 50 games. And we asked him if he was looking to sell it, and he said yeah. So from that GameStop, after we were done there, we followed him back to his place and checked it out, and we picked up the 2 NES systems, and there were about 56 games total, I think. Only 5 of them were box. All the other games were cartridge only, but you know, there are still a lot of good games. Nothing too rare. I think Contra was like the most expensive one he had, but 2 of the box games I didn't have in my collection yet, and one of the NESs was missing the styrofoam and the power cable, so I actually took that one, which is the action set here with the gray zapper, and the one that I have in my collection, the box, is the later version that has the orange zapper. So this one is going into my collection, but you know, like I mentioned, it's literally just the box only. You know, it came with a system and a couple controllers and the RF adapter, but like no styrofoam and you know, no paperwork or baggies. So you know, it kind of sucks. I let Sam take the other one because he didn't have an NES at all. So because of that, I was able to pick out, basically I picked out the 2 box NES games that I needed for my collection, and I let Sam take the other 3. So the 2 that I got here are Bad News Baseball and Space Shuttle Project, I guess, or Project Space Shuttle. And I didn't think that these were actually worth too much, and you know, they really aren't, but I think together, like this one is like 15, I think, and this one's like 20, which is pretty cool. But, you know, they are kind of like filler titles, but they're in such good shape. I was very happy to add those to my collection. And sorry for going on a tangent there. So back to the pickups. Next up, I have some Wii U games. First up is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. Sochi, I believe is how you pronounce it, 2004. This is the big box version that comes with the blue Wii Remote. And this one's sealed. I don't have any interest in playing this game. But, you know, it's cool that it comes with the blue Wii Remote, and I like the bundle, so I decided to pick that up. I will just be leaving it sealed, because, like I said, I don't really have any interest in playing the game, but it's a cool bundle. And that was, what was it, 50, I think, 50 or 60. And then I picked up my copy of Super Mario 3D World, and I pre-ordered and paid this off a long time ago, so I've just been waiting for it to come out, and it finally did. It's still sealed here, because I just got it last night, and I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I will be opening this and playing this one because it looks very fun. And that was 50 as well, I believe. And then I picked up 2 copies of DuckTales Remastered. And these are like the Target exclusive editions, which come with the pin. And I picked up 2 of them because I'm keeping one sealed and I have one that I opened. And the Target exclusive one here has a little Scrooge McDuck pin inside here, which I'll show you guys. This is what the inside looks like. And there's the pin down there, which is pretty cool. It's made of metal. And the little backing part, the little part that actually holds the pin on the back, is shaped like Mickey Mouse ears, which is pretty cool. And apparently these are like kind of hard to find because I got the last 2 on Target.com, and they just happened to be at my local store because I told Sam about it, and he tried to order one right after that, and they didn't have any more online, and he only tried to do it like 5 minutes after I did, so I must have got the last 2, and I know these are sold out at a lot of places, so I'm very happy to have gotten one to play and then one to keep sealed, because I feel like it will be kind of rare one day. So that was pretty cool. Those are all the Wii U games that I picked up. And then next up, I have some promo stuff to show you guys that I got from, let's see, one thing is from GameStop and the other things are from a Toys R Us. And the local Toys R Us, the one that's closest to my house, I've asked before for promo stuff and they said that they can't give it away, and I never got anything from there. But Sam and I went to a different Toys R Us just because we were near it when we were out game hunting, and I got a couple things here that they just gave me. And, you know, I wasn't really expecting them to because the other one said they couldn't, but they did, and that was awesome. So, first up is this little wall cling, I guess. It's It's like they put it on the inside of their glass cabinets, so it's like a little promo thing, and it's for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, and it's a little circle here. It's got a little bit of damage on the side here, some of it's like missing, but you put it on the inside of the window, facing outward, so you can see it when you walk up and look at the games. So that's pretty cool. And the other thing that they gave me, which is really awesome, are these two, I don't even know what to call them. They're like cardboard triangles, and they're for New Super Mario Bros. U. And this is the first one here. And like I said, it's just like a triangle, nothing on the back or the sides or the top or bottom. It's just this front part here. It has a piece of Velcro right here, but it's, you know, obviously missing the other part. So I'm not really sure how they were using these. They were just sitting in the bottom of the games case, but this is the first one. You know, this is the less cool of the two. This other one is really awesome, more colorful, and there that one is. So these are very cool. I don't really know where I'm going to put them yet, but I thought they're very awesome, and you know, when he just gave them to me, I was very happy, and there's no way I was going to, you know, pass on those, especially for free. And then the other thing I got yesterday from a GameStop, and this game has been out for a while, so I knew that it wasn't still part of their current marketing, so I just asked if I could have it, and he said yeah, and that is, it's kind of similar to one of these, where it just kind of like sticks to the wall. It's not, you don't need like tape or anything to hold it up, and it's one of those plastic posters for Game & Wario, for the Wii U, and it's just like that really thin material that kind of sticks to the glass when you press it up against it. So that was pretty cool. I have a couple others like this for Kirby Mass Attack and Poke Park Wii, so I was glad to get that one. And then this other promo thing that I have here actually came from eBay, and I got this for like $35, I think, after shipping, and it's a GameCube sign, and it's very cool. It's made of like a, what is this material, like a thick plastic or something, and here it is. It's really big, but it's got Mario from Mario Sunshine and the GameCube logo there, and it's squared, and it has some holes in the corners, or in the top corners, and the middle here, to, I guess, hang it or something, but this is very cool. The back is, you know, just black, but I thought this was really cool. It has kind of a texture to it. It's not just painted on there, which is very cool, and for like 35 bucks, I could not complain. That was very, very awesome. Get that out of the way. Next up is another eBay purchase, and this is a Game Boy Color complete in the box that I didn't have in my collection yet, and I was very happy to find this for such a good price, and it was an auction that I won for about $45, I think, or 35 or 45, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it came with 2 cartridge copies of Super Mario Land and Super Mario Land 2, which I was able to sell for like $6 each, so I kind of got $12 off of whatever I paid, which is a great deal for the Dandelion Game Boy Color. And what makes this extra cool for me is that this is the last solid color Game Boy Color that I actually needed. I have a yellow one, but it's the Tommy Hilfiger edition. I didn't have the standard Dandelion Color, so I'm very happy to get that. It is missing the baggie, but that's not a big deal. The system's in great shape, has the battery cover, has the paperwork and all that, so very glad to add this to my collection. And then more than 2 things here, but 2 stacks of things here left. I have a game to show you at the very end, but before that I have a bunch of Wii games. And this is actually the reason that Sam and I were going around to all the GameStops yesterday. We're trying to pick up a lot of the rare and obscure Wii games that are either already rare or are going to be rare in the future. And, you know, we were able to pick up a lot of the stuff we had on our list. We still have a few more to go, but we're trying to get those knocked out of the way now before they rise in value, because the Wii just ended, so the games are, there's not that many people actively collecting Wii right now, so we're trying to get the hard ones knocked out of the way so that in the future, when the games rise in value, we already have them. So some of these are not expensive or rare. Some of these I just picked up because I wanted them, like these first 2 here. I have NFL Training Camp, which comes in a big box, and it comes with like the EA Active thing here, which comes in a couple of the other games I already have. But this was marked at $6.30 pre-owned, but it's actually still factory sealed. They have a sticker on the top and on the bottom. The bottom one was cut, but the top was not, and you cannot open this without cutting the top one as well. And I can see in, the game is still sealed in there as well, so, you know, it's kind of open, but it can't be fully opened without cutting the top one as well. So, I don't know why it was marked as pre-owned, and there's some damage to the back here. It's kind of crunched up, you can't really see it on camera, but for $6.30, I thought that was, you know, it's not a rare game or anything, but I thought for a big box game that's technically still brand new, I thought that was a great deal. And then the other one, which is also a big box game, which was also marked as pre-owned, but it has both of the seals still attached and not cut, is NHL Slapshot. And this one was $9 with my Pro card, and it has the two stickers on the back here. I don't know if you can see them on camera, but that one's not cut, and neither is the one on the bottom. So this is still, you know, factory sealed, brand new as well. So for $9, I thought that was pretty cool. And because they're doing the buy two get one free deal, the NFL training camp one was actually free because I purchased another game with those, which I'll show you here in a minute. But this first stack of Wii games here that I have to show you are, they're not the rare or obscure ones. I have two stacks here. So the first one is just kind of stuff that I thought was cool or that I got for a good deal. So first up is Puzzle Quest. This one was from a pawn shop and ended up being $3. And then we have Samurai Warriors Katana. This was $4.50 from GameStop. But all the ones that come from GameStop here were buy two get one free, so this one was probably one of my free ones. Sorry about that cut there. My memory card was actually full, so I had to delete some older footage and continue here. But the next one is Bit Trip Complete. And this is one I've been looking for a while. It's not one that I've, you know, been dying to play or anything, but it's one that I wanted to get out of the way because I feel like this one could be kind of rare in the future. I don't think it's ever going to be expensive, but I think it will be kind of hard to find. And this one came with the soundtrack as well, which was very cool. I was glad to see that that was in there. And then next up is Big Beach Sports and Big Beach Sports 2. And I guess this is technically the Beach Sports Fun Double Pack. And it has both games here, which comes in an outer cardboard sleeve. And they're both complete. And this was marked at $8 at GameStop, marked down from $18. So I figured, you know, for $8 I get the two games with the cardboard cover here. You know, it's not rare, they're not rare games or anything, but I feel like the cardboard cover might be kind of difficult to find in the future, at least in good condition, so I was happy to pick that up. And then next up, this was also from a pawn shop and was also $3, and that is Skylanders Giants. And it's just the game here. You know, they had the Skylanders base and a couple of the figures at the store as well, but those were being sold separately. And they were having a deal where the games were 4 for $12, so, and that was every game in the store. So we picked up a lot of stuff from there, and this is one of them, so $3 for that was an awesome deal. And then from GameStop, I picked up Bomberman Land, and this is just one that I didn't even know existed. I didn't know there were any Bomberman games on the Wii, so I was happy to pick that up, and that was marked at $13.50, but like I said, it could have been one of my free ones, I'm not really sure. Next up is one that I thought that I had for the longest time, and you know, saw that I didn't have it, and I've had plenty of copies of this game, but I've always just sold them because I thought I had my own. So I finally picked one up as part of a buy two get one free deal, and that is Super Paper Mario. And this is of course the original release here. I don't collect the Nintendo Selects ones, but this was like $17 or $18 at GameStop, and you know, it's like a $12 game on eBay, but since it was part of the buy two get one free deal, I didn't mind picking that up there. And then another one that I also thought that I had, but I didn't, is Fortune Street. So that one was the same price as the other one there, so I was glad to get that, but that one was also complete. It's got some Club Nintendo points in here, which I don't know if I ever entered them in for this game, so I might try those as well. And then next up is another one of those new Play Control games, which were GameCube titles that they re-released for the Wii, and you can use the Wii remotes on them. And I have the Mario Tennis and both the Pikmins, and I didn't even know that this one actually existed until I saw it at GameStop. And it was the same price as Fortune Street and Paper Mario, and that is Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. And I switched the case around here because the artwork is reversible, and I like this one better than the one that has the white border that says New Play Control up here. So that was pretty cool. I don't really know what this is worth, but you know, it was a game I didn't have, and you know, when it's buy two get one free, you can't really complain. And then this next one here, I remember there's a funny story that goes along with this, and I'll show you what the game is first, and that's Mario Party 9. And I've never had a copy of this game, and I've been looking for it because I wanted to add it to my collection because it's still a pretty pricey game. So I was glad to finally pick that up from GameStop. They had it marked at $40.50, or $40.50. So, like I said, Sam and I were going around all day picking up these Wii games, and at the end of the day we came back to my local GameStop, the one right by my house, where all the people there know me, and the guy working kind of like, he worked the system in my favor, definitely, and he knew exactly what he was doing. And he essentially got me this game for free. And what had happened is that I bought another game from a different GameStop, and then from a different GameStop I bought 3 games as part of a buy 2 get 1 free deal. And what I did was I returned the one that I bought by itself, and I returned one of them from the buy 2 get 1 free deal. And then I bought those 2 back again to get another buy 2 get 1 free, and I got this as my free game. And the reason that it was such a good deal, and it was, you know, awesome that he was able to do that for me, is because when I returned the one game from the buy 2 get 1 free deal, that should have canceled out that free game that I got from that deal, which means I should have had to return all 3 of those from that deal. But he actually let me keep the free one, so it's kind of confusing, but essentially what happened is that instead of getting a buy 2 get 1 free, for that transaction I got a buy 2 get 2 free. And that's really how it works out in the end. So, you know, I had already, when I picked this up, I didn't pay a dime for this. This was, you know, it was free, plus I got another free game as part of, like, the bundle. It's really confusing, but it was very awesome. So those are all the ones that are not rare or obscure or anything like that. This whole stack here are more rare and more obscure, and these ones, you know, not all these are expensive, and, you know, that's what people seem to get confused with about rare games, is that rarity doesn't mean that it's expensive. Normally it does, but, you know, it doesn't always. And these ones here, some of them are expensive, don't get me wrong, but some of them are not, but they all are pretty rare and hard to find. So I'm just going to go through them here and show you what we picked up. So the first one is Kororinpa Marble Mania, and if you type in like rarest Wii games, this one's always on the list. And it's really weird because this was $9 at GameStop and it's only like a $15 game on eBay. But we only found one copy at like the 10 GameStops we went to, and we didn't just go to every GameStop, we actually had print-offs of where these games were, and we ended up we drove an hour and a half to get one game. That's how, like, you know, that's how much we wanted to get these out of the way. And this one, we found 2 copies, but one of them was disc only. So, you know, I was really happy to find a complete one, and for $9, that's a great deal. Even though it's only a $15 game, you know, I feel like that one's going to be a lot more expensive in the future, as well as, you know, most of these other ones here. Next up is Arc Rise Fantasia. I picked this up from my local GameStop, actually, before we went out, and this was marked at $18, and I think this is like a $25 or $30 game, so I was happy to get that. Once again, complete. And then this one here it wasn't really on our list to pick up, but I looked it up on eBay, and at GameStop it's $13.50. The cheapest one on eBay was like $17 or $18, so it's not a great deal, but with the buy 2 get 1 free, it made it kind of worth it, and that is Wii Cheer. You know, nothing spectacular here, but it is complete, and the reason that I picked this one up is because one of the rare games is Wii Cheer 2. And, you know, I think we saw 3 copies of this while we were out, and, you know, that's actually looking for it. They don't just have them at every GameStop. And this was marked at 18, and it's about 25 to 30 bucks on eBay. And that one was also complete. So the only reason I really picked up the first one is because I already got the second one, so I figured I might as well get both of them out of the way. And then, from here on, these ones are all pretty hard to find. You know, the Wii Cheer 2 we saw like 3 or 4 copies of, but these other ones here are a lot harder to find. So the first one is Family Game Night Fun Pack, which has Family Game Night 2 and 3 on it. And some people could get this confused with Family Game Night Value Pack, which has games 1 and 2, but this one has 2 and 3. And this was $31.50 at GameStop. On eBay, the cheapest was $28, but when you get the buy 2 get 1 free, you're paying less than eBay. And of course, that one is complete. And we saw 2 copies of this the whole day we were out. And we got up at 6:30 in the morning, got back at about 9:30 at night, so we were out all day. And then the next one here, which Sam and I both got a copy of. I mean, he got a lot of these ones I got too, like the Wii Cheer 2 and some of the other ones, but this one we each got a copy of as well, and that is Godzilla Unleashed. And this one is kind of weird because it's on the list of rare Wii games. It was $31.50 at GameStop. I'm not sure what it goes for on eBay, but they had like 25 copies of this on GameStop's website. So if you can't find it near, you can always order it off there, and if it doesn't come complete, you can return it to the store. So there's no risk involved. So this is probably one to look out for. It's always on the list of rare Wii games. This next one here, we only found 1 copy of the whole day, and I was very glad to pick it up, and that is The Calling, which is a survival horror type game. It was $18 at GameStop. It's about $30 on eBay, so I was glad to find that one. Next up is My Horse and Me. This one was $13.50 at GameStop. I think on eBay it's like $20 to $25. Unfortunately, this one didn't have a manual with it, but this is the only copy we saw all day, so I decided to pick it up. Next up is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Not really a rare game yet, but it is expensive, and the only copy that I had has a red strip down here that says includes a bonus disc, and so mine did have the bonus disc with it, so I had to get a copy of the regular version, and $45, it's a lot, but it was part of the buy 2 get 1 free, so it worked out to be below eBay. And then the last 2 here are pretty rare and extremely hard to find. The first one here, there was only 3 of them within 100 miles, I think, and now there's only 2, and that is Walk It Out. It was $16.19 at GameStop, and on eBay it's closer to like $40, I think. I'm not positive, don't quote me, maybe it might have been more like $30, but still a very hard to find game, and I was very happy to find it complete and in great condition and much cheaper than eBay at least, so very cool. And then the last one here is the game that we drove an hour and a half to get, and we literally drove an hour and a half just for this one game. While we were out there though, we did end up going to a couple other GameStops that were in the area and picked up some of these other ones, but this particular game is the reason we drove out there in the first place. And we were lucky enough, there was only 2 copies within 100 miles of my local GameStop, and we actually went and picked up both of them. So Sam and I each got a copy, and it was $45 compared to $70 on eBay, and that is One Piece Unlimited Adventure. Very, very happy to get this. And I let Sam take the first one that we found, which was the one we actually drove out there for, and then we found this one about 30 minutes away from the other one. So that was very awesome. Complete and in great condition. Very glad to add this to my collection. That is one of the most expensive Wii games right now, which is very awesome. So those are all the Wii games I picked up, but I do have one more thing to show you guys, which is arguably the most rare thing that I picked up. And it's another N64 game. And you guys know that I have completed the N64 collection, but I'm still missing some manuals. And this one popped up. It's a complete copy that popped up for much cheaper than it usually goes for. And instead of messaging the seller and trying to just buy the manual, I just decided to buy the whole thing and sell off my extra because this box is in much better condition than mine was as well. So not only did I upgrade my box condition, I got a manual for it, finally, which is awesome. And that is a complete copy of Rat Attack. And a lot of people don't know, this is a pretty rare N64 game to get complete in the box. The cartridge is pretty cheap, but the box and manual are pretty rare. And like I said, the only one, the one that I had was an X-Rental, had stickers on the box, was pretty faded, and it didn't have a manual. So I was very glad to pick this one up, and the guy listed it for $130, but he took $125, which isn't that great of a deal off of what he was asking, but compared to what they normally sell for, is pretty decent. And I'm gonna try and sell my other one hopefully make most of my money back so that I'm only spending like, you know, $25 to $35 on a box upgrade and manual, which would definitely be worth it. So very, very happy to get this added to my collection and, you know, upgraded and all that. So very, very cool. And that is it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too long, but I know you guys like long videos sometimes. So stay tuned. I'm gonna have some more rare Wii games the next one, and hopefully you guys got some cool information about these Wii games, and you can, you know, try and pick some of them up before they go up in value. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.